Yo, what up? Got another pretty standard length episode, I guess, now. It's probably about an hour and a half. First hour or so is a little disjointed. There's a lot of venting, almost like a therapy session about what's happened to both of us this last week. And then we also talk about what is, in my opinion, probably the craziest sports news story in a long, long time. Besides that, it's pretty standard fare. You know, tons of nonsense and a little bit of sports talk peppered in. All right, let's get to the show. All right, welcome to this episode of Stone Sports. I am Bert, and with me, as always, I have Dubs. Say what up, Dubs.
What the fuck is up?
Okay, so how are we going to kick off the show today? I don't really know. We got a few things that I really want to get to pretty quickly, but really one thing in particular. I guess we could talk about what happened last week. I guess we could start with that, right?
I was loud as fuck.
You were so loud, but that's...
Well, hold on. Let's start with, have you finished your prescription?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. Did we abuse it at all?
No.
Claps for Burty.
I will tell you, though, I was on it for, I would say probably close to, 2 weeks, right? And
Okay.
I will tell you, so it ran out on Friday. So that would have been, well, technically the last one I took was on Thursday. So it would have been, 2 days after we recorded?
Yes, sir.
And on fucking Friday and Saturday, bro, I was straight up, high school kid depressed. like straight up, in my
Straight
room.
teen angst.
Yeah, blacked out windows, listening to My Chemical Romance depressed.
Avenged Sevenfold.
I didn't actually listen to My Chemical Romance because I have self-respect, but throwing mad shade at the emo kids. But I was so depressed.
We've all been
man.
there. Let's reel it in.
It took 2 days. So finally, Saturday night, I mean, I'm just literally laying down in the shower crying depressed. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden I was like, dude, you need to get out of this shower and you need to go run. Right now. You got to get some sort of happy chemical going. And after that, I kind of bounced back a little bit. But it was rough goings for a couple days. And that's the funny thing, right? Is now that I'm sober, I look back and I'm like, man, I miss cocaine and I miss painkillers or whatever it is, ecstasy, whatever it is. But I always conveniently leave out the memories of being mega depressed, the come down. I always remember the come up and the party, but I never remember the inevitable come down, which is just so terrible. It almost makes it not worth it.
I smoke pot. I drink. I've never done any hard drugs. I've seen people come down from hard drugs. It's not fun. Doesn't look fun.
Yeah, it really, I mean, and depending on the drug, it can be ecstasy and painkillers is mostly just
I had homies
I'm
not
sad.
coming to school after a party on the weekend, and then they come in. They're like, "Yeah, I was too depressed to come in yesterday."
Yeah.
Came down from drugs. It's oh Jesus.
But the hard stuff, the crack and the heroin and stuff. When you come down off that, it's it's a whole different animal because you're sweating and sick and it's cold. It's really bad. It's really bad. So
Point is it's bad.
Yeah,
it's
point
bad.
is it's bad.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah, don't take drugs. They're not good for you.
Smoke pot.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. That's all you really need to do. Oh my God. There is another thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes,
remember Mythic Quest? That show we were talking about, Mythic Quest? Hold on, let me turn a light on. It's getting dark in here. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, so I'm watching Mythic Quest last night. I come home, my brother's watching it. And I sit down and I watch it with him. And it was going to be one episode, it turned into 5. But I noticed something. There's an HR rep in the show. And her name is Carol.
Carol!
And I was like,
down to Carol
I looked at my
in
brother and I
HR,
was like,
said,
I was like,
"Carol!"
holy shit, bro, the HR rep's name is Carol. And he goes, yeah, I know there is no Carol in HR. And I was like, holy shit, that's such a dope ass little like Easter egg they put in the show.
There is no Carol in HR.
They named the HR rep Carol.
Charlie, not only do all of those people exist, but they've been asking for their mail for weeks.
I love the way he delivers the line, oh, we can't be fired because we've already been fired. Like the way he delivers it is so good.
Came in the mail last week. I sent them halfway to Siberia.
It's so good. Yeah, so let's talk about what happened.
Barney, get this guy a cigarette. Let's talk about what happened.
Yeah, let's talk about what happened last week. So, you were way too loud in the beginning of the show because I was high and I guess just somehow like fucked up the volume, like the levels.
Yeah, not my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
Screaming into my mic for anyone wondering.
And in the text, I like copped to it pretty immediately. I was like, dude, I was probably just really high and fucked up.
Yeah, you're like I was up there.
But today is
Also,
gonna be a little bit different,
I'll
man.
let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
Played the intro to that episode. Like obviously, I'm driving around for work. I have it playing through my radio at work or in my car. I'm driving. Get through the intro. Music plays. Nothing. I like pull into a parking lot for where I'm delivering to. It was like a business. And then all of a sudden, I'm just screaming in my car while I'm outside delivering to people. And I was like, fuck. I forgot Burty said the audio was fucked up. And I just like hear my speakers blowing out in my car.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, it's just, look, last week was rough for me. I was on painkillers. I didn't have my nicotine. I've got my nicotine today. So maybe I'll be a little more lucid. I don't make any promises.
For anybody also wondering if it seemed like Burty was up and walking around in our last episode, he was. He was looking for his vape like the whole episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, but anyway, you know, maybe
chalk that up to painkiller Burty. That's not this Burty.
No, not at all. That
was Burt Bacharach.
This is like less stupid Burt. Still stupid, but just less stupid.
Yeah. A little wiser than you were last week.
Yeah, so not only was all that happening, but then I think I did an A, not a 1. So B, part B, is let's get to the oof, which is centered around me, really.
The second part of last week. Which was
Jesus
shitty.
fucking Christ, dude.
You may have noticed the episode came out late last week.
Jesus Christ, dude. So let me walk you through it. I'm working.
Here's our oof of the week, ladies.
Yeah. I'm working. It's Wednesday. It's about 4:00. I'm editing. Everything's going great. I'm working. I'm editing the show at the same time. Everything's going great. I'm having a good day. And then all of a sudden, the internet just dies. And I was like, what the fuck? So I go downstairs, and there's these dumbass motherfuckers power washing my house. And immediately, I'm like, God damn it. They did something. Like, at first, I thought, okay, maybe they just plugged some piece of equipment in and overloaded the breaker where, like, the battery pack thing is for the internet, you know? So I go looking at that. Nope. And I keep trying to figure it out. And they power washed my ONT box, which for anyone who knows anything about internet, the ONT box, for the people who don't, is basically the box that really powers the internet in your house. It's normally outside. Sometimes it's under your house. You'll notice it if you look for it. These people just straight sprayed it and fucking fried my ONT box. So I call Verizon. And, you know, I get on the phone with the representative, and they're like, yeah, we can't send anyone out today. We can't send anyone out tomorrow, but we can send somebody out on Friday. And I was like, okay, bro. So then Friday comes around, and they don't show up. And I call, and they're like, yeah, we can't send anyone out until Saturday. And I've just dude, I can't, like, here's the problem, bro, is you could go to any internet service provider in the world, but they all have that same shit where they just like, they're going to get to it when they fucking get to it. So they know that they have you over a barrel because you could be like, well, I'm just going to go to Comcast or I'm going to go to wherever. Yeah. I'm going to go to Cox.
No.
But they're like,
you don't go to Comcast because Comcast can go fuck themselves.
Dude,
too.
Literally all of them. Like,
I've spent many an hour on the phone with Comcast representatives. They know me well.
Yeah, exactly. And like, but the problem is like, they know that everyone is just as bad as they are. So they know you're not actually going to do that. So they just do whatever the fuck they want. Oh my God. Oh my god! I told you on
My
the phone.
mom
I have not
can't
been that
deal
angry
with-
in
Yeah.
years, dude.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in years, dude.
My mom can't deal with Comcast, so like I'm the one who deals with them. That's like one of the things I fucking deal with every time, and oh my god, it's a fucking process every single time.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's just all it is. It's a fucking
Them?
nightmare.
You know what else is a nightmare? Is if you have an Amazon package that like doesn't get delivered or something.
Really, I've never had that happen.
Dude,
Knock on wood.
that was the last time I've like screamed at someone over the phone.
Yeah, and like, okay, see, that was
And like
that
I
was
know
the
I
tricky
can't.
part.
I know I can't, but like I just couldn't control it. I was like, who the fuck is gonna help me then?
Yeah, like that's like okay, that's what happened to me. Like, you know, I work in essentially what is a call center. It's not really, but it basically is.
That was actually for the microphone for this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, right. And like, I fucking call him and I'm getting pissed and I'm like, look, dude, I basically do what you do for a living. I don't want to be on this end of this phone call. Like, this is not what I want to fucking do. Like, can you just fucking help? Like, just give me something, bro. Like, but eventually I just lost it. And they were like, well, you know, well, and the thing is, I need my internet to do my job, you know? And so I'm telling the guy, I'm like, fucking bro, like, all right, now this is 2 days of work I've missed. Like, are y'all motherfuckers gonna pay me $200? And he was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, really? You're gonna give me a $200 check? And he was like, oh, no, I misunderstood you. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck, bro? Like,
I'm also the person that, like, if I start to get the vibe that you're not gonna help me, I'm just like, give me your manager.
yeah, I do that sometimes too, but like, I don't know. It's just, it was a whole thing. And someone needs to like, we need to start our own internet company, like David Bowie tried
My
to do.
favorite
Just
line
blow
is,
the
"Can
whole
you
thing open."
My favorite line is, well, can you redirect me to someone who will help me?
Yeah, I do that all the time too. I'm like, well, is there anyone that can help me? You know, but I think we should just start our own internet service, bro, and just have it be like impeccable service.
Have you
Shitty internet, but impeccable customer service.
Okay, have you listened to the first 30 episodes of this podcast?
Horrible internet quality, but impeccable customer service.
We're gonna be on it. Like you give us a phone call and be like, I would love to get out there today, but I promise you it's still gonna be shitty.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like there are entire companies that survive on that kind of shit though. Like their product is doo-doo, but the customer service is good. Like Chick-fil-A. You know? Let's be honest. Like I eat at Chick-fil-A. Well, I try not to because of the whole like anti-gay stuff. Like that really pisses me off.
I think I've had Chick-fil-A once.
So
if ever.
You know,
I may not have.
The thing is, the customer service is not like amazing, but the thing is, they'll have like 60 cars in the drive-thru, and you'll be through it in like 10 minutes. Whereas, like, you know, you go to a Wendy's and there's like 20 cars in the drive-thru, it's gonna take you like
That's
30 fucking
hour.
minutes. Yeah,
You're
know
like,
what I mean?
could have gone and sat down and got
like, I'll
food.
give them that, but the food is not that good. It's kind of shitty. It's not that good. Like, I'd rather eat at Popeyes, dude, or Bojangles. But
yeah, but if you go to a Popeyes, there's a chance you might get fucking
just
spine busted
decked.
by
Yeah, dude. Well, no, I'm not gonna get decked because I'm not gonna say some racist shit like that old lady did.
True.
I'll be fine, bro. But that old lady,
You might, if you go to Popeyes, you might have front rush.
Yeah, exactly.
Some guy spine
Fucking
busting an old woman.
WrestleMania.
He gets the Arn Anderson leg lift. The crowd fucking
Yeah.
pops.
Oh man, that video was crazy as shit, dude.
It's
Did
an
we
all-time
do that as
favorite.
an oof? Was that like an early oof?
I think it was before the show started.
Was it? It might have been. It might have been. The chicken sandwich war was before the show started.
Yeah.
And that was like right when the chicken sandwich war popped off.
Yeah, because like one of our first fucking episodes, you were in the intro. You're like, "All right, guys, I'm late to the chicken sandwich war, but I've got my answer."
Yes. Yeah. So it was definitely before the show.
Yeah.
Damn. Because that was a crazy video.
That would have been gold content.
Oh my
for the
god,
show.
that was a crazy video. I fucking love it. All right,
If you haven't seen it,
Yeah.
fucking please Google Popeyes fight. Man slams woman.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll pop up. All right, can we please get to the thing I want to talk about really badly?
Yes.
And
Yes,
you know what it is.
I do know what it is.
What the fuck is this, dude? This is like like some weird Netflix documentary that pops up out of
It's
nowhere
gonna be-
that nobody has any idea about. You know what I mean? And then everybody's
It's
like,
gonna
"What
be
the fuck?"
next fucking 30 for 30, dude.
Right? Or it's literally like Tiger King. Like nobody knew any of that shit, and then all of a sudden Tiger King just existed in the world.
And then there's just a like deep fucking rabbit hole that you didn't know existed.
Yeah, like as soon as you like sent me that, at first I thought it was a person's name. And
Bishop
then when
Sycamore?
and then
I
when
guarantee my dad did too, because right before we started recording, I texted him and I was like, dude, you need to Google. I said the same thing to him that I did to you. I was like, dude, you need to Google Bishop Sycamore. And we were just talking about fantasy football, so he's probably like, who the fuck is Bishop Sycamore?
yeah, like
he like Googled it and he was like, wait, what's going on? And then I called him and explained it. He was like, the whole time he just kept going, oh.
yeah, he thought it was someone. Yeah, as soon as I Googled it, I was like, oh yeah, of course it's a school, you dumb asshole. But
Is it?
like, right? I mean, what the fuck? It's super weird. It's super weird.
Let me go through this.
Yeah, please. Break
I have
it
a
down.
bunch of notes, some of them not in order, but here we go. Either way, Bishop Sycamore. They were in a nationally televised game on ESPN on Sunday night. They, for all intents and purposes, they are a high school football team. They played against the number 1 high school football team in the country, IMG Academy. IMG Academy is super famous. They're in Florida. They've just pump out like pro athletes, basketball, football,
thoroughbreds,
baseball, everything. If you are going there, you're going D1 for athletics,
right?
Somewhere. So Bishop Sycamore lost 59-0 to IMG Academy on Sunday night. Comes out at first, like during the broadcast, ESPN was like, this is like the broadcast was like, this is wrong. Like the roster they had was not matching up with the players on the field. Like some kid got hurt. They didn't even know who the fuck he was.
What?
So then starts the deep dive.
Right. All right. So hold on. That's the setup.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So. All right, so let's break through some of the information that has been found out, and then I kind of have some opinions on the situation in general. So, so kind of break that down for me, because I got a little bit of the information, but not a lot.
Let me start with the players.
Yes.
So, come to find out, most of the players playing in the game are not high school age. They're older.
Right.
Most of them have played in junior college games over the last few seasons, meaning some of them are like 20, 21. They went out, got absolutely fucking whooped by this high school team. Granted, number 1 high school team in the country.
And you know that high school team right now is so hype. You know, they're
like,
all
we
just
beat
like
a bunch of fucking adults.
Yeah, like they're all just like let's goes are flying around like crazy. Like everybody's just saying let's fucking go with their shirt off flexing. Yeah. They've been doing it for the last like, few days.
18 hours.
Yeah. Like it's just gonna happen for the rest of the week.
Flex on them, boys. Get it.
Not saying I necessarily agree with that move, but I'm just saying, I know high school football players, or I did at one point in my life. They're doing that right now.
Especially NFL caliber ones.
They're all going, oh, let's fucking go. Like chugging protein shakes.
So multiple players over 18 years old. The roster they gave ESPN doesn't match up. Players on the field are wearing weird fucking numbers. The jerseys are like mismatched. Some of the helmets aren't the same color. They're fucking like they have one little tiny logo.
It's
like
just a mess. It's just a mess.
It looks like a mess. Like you clearly see that game going on, and you're like, something is wrong.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So the team goes in, the investigation sort of starts after that. Like people start deep diving them after, like during the game, after the game. I come to find out that they have been outscored 342 to 49 and haven't won a game since the start of 2020, which is the furthest their record goes back.
What the fuck? Fuck. I
They
did not
have-
know that.
The players they were recruiting were like basically given the promise that they would have dorms. They would like have when they were traveling and they'd have shit paid for. That wasn't the case. Nothing was paid for. They have one coach or one player, Judah Holtzclaw. His dad, Ray Holtzclaw, was interviewed about this whole situation. I reached out to him, said he had already done too many interviews. No problem. Either way, Ray Holtzclaw says that he had to pay $2,500 in fines for unpaid rooms for his son.
Holy shit.
So like and plane tickets and shit, they would like fly. It's based in Ohio. They had players from all around the country going to Ohio with the promise that they were like a huge school with like recruiting networks everywhere. They had a bunch of people going to D1 colleges. Not the case. None of the people on the field against the high school team the other night had ever played D1. Like every single bit that they went through was a lie. They played a game 3 days before, so this was their second game in 3 days. Multiple players on the team played offense and defense in both games on 2 days rest. The coach ducked all of the questions after the game. He just said that they want to do better. Like they were all like, what the fuck's up with the roster? Like, who are
Right.
you? What's
Yeah.
happening? He's just like, yeah, we just got to go out there and execute, you know? Just like typical sports fucking interview. Comes out that the coach is in several lawsuits. Again, he has multiple warrants out for his arrest, supposedly. Lawsuits against him include fraud, not paying back loans, giving out false loans, amongst others. Like I said, he had players going cross country saying that they'd have things paid for only to show up and not have rooms paid for, paying for own plane tickets, going across like shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A goddamn mess.
Yeah, you know what it's like, dude? It reminds me of the Fyre Festival thing.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah, it's
They
just
gave,
like a super con.
It's like high school Fyre Fest. But yeah, they fucking had these kids go down there to Ohio. I'll get into the building and shit now. So the building on their website, which their website's been completely wiped. There's not like it's just blank.
Yeah.
But the building, the address that they had listed on their website is like their campus.
Mhm.
Was a sports complex that had like batting cages, like a gym, a field, shit like that. Like employees working there, not a school. People called that place and they're like, you're listed as the school's campus. And they're like, we are. We don't have like the only thing we have is like a group of like 30 or so kids that come in once every couple of weeks and work out and then they leave.
Oh my god.
The other address they had listed for their dorm rooms went to a library at a college university.
What the fuck?
The phone numbers all went nowhere. The emails went fucking nowhere. Like, I don't know, dude. One of the biggest fucking scams I've ever seen. But they have these kids playing, like they have a full schedule of games this season. Like I know a bunch of teams have pulled out since this whole thing is broken. But like I was looking at people's Twitters and shit to see if I could get anyone on the show to talk about it.
Right.
And like there's a bunch of kids on there with like the high school in their bio, like football player. Posting shit about the game. Like their football account is retweeting shit about this scandal. Like I'm just amazed. I'm baffled.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a 30 for 30 in like 5 years and everyone's gonna fucking know about like every detail about it. But it just broke this morning, really.
It's so crazy. Here's the thing for me, man. Like here's the thing that I'm always blown by in these things is how does it happen for so long?
So, and the other thing I forgot to mention, ESPN did not schedule They say they don't schedule their games. They have a separate company doing it. That company is called Paragon.
Okay.
So apparently they outsource like their scheduling for at least high school games to this company. So ESPN's trying to say it's not their fault. Either way, whoever went through the rosters, whether it's ESPN, Paragon, whoever, they clearly didn't check. Like, you could have done any background check and realized that like nothing matched between the roster they were given and then you could have Googled and gone deeper and been like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like, there's clearly just a complete lack of people doing their job. Like, people are gonna get fired over this.
Oh, people have already been fired.
And the reason I even found, like, the first thing I saw about this today was I saw somebody tweet that the coach for Bishop Sycamore, the guy with all the fucking lawsuits and shit, was fired.
Yeah, and I know. I saw it too.
Yeah, I quote tweeted it and I was like, seems like the open warrants are more of an issue, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
How does that even matter? Like, fired from what?
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy because, okay, if this had been, like, the first game or whatever, and that would be an even more impressive con, to be honest with you. They somehow pulled that off. I could understand how, it happened. But you said, like, 2020.
Yeah,
this has been going on for a fucking almost 2 years.
Burty, I'll let you in on more. I found an article with a supposed former player. I had his name. Boyd. I didn't write his first name. But he was on an interview with, I think, Bleacher Report. It was somebody big, something credible. I checked the source. I was like, who the fuck interviewed this guy? But anyway, he was saying that he was a player there 2017, 2018.
Shut the fuck up.
In college. They were going under a different name.
Oh.
But it was like literally the same shit. The like addresses were the same, the fucking like everything the same except the name of the school. And then they got shut down or whatever because they weren't like people caught them doing this shit and then they like changed the name and are doing something else.
But like here's the shit that I'm talking about that like blows my mind, bro. Is like okay, I can never understand. This has had to have happened if it's been going on since, like, let's say, even 2020. We won't even go back to the 2017 shit. We'll just go 2020.
Aaron Boyd, Complex.
There you go.
That's who we interviewed.
Most of the people, there's been more than one person burned by this situation, and none of them have gone to the cops. Like, I don't know. Like, how does this always... It's just crazy to me that, like, shit like this happens. It's the same thing when you hear about, Fyre Fest, or you hear about fucking even like, certain like murderers. Like they keep doing it because people just don't say shit to the police. Like I don't know, man. This shit is crazy to me. I just don't understand how it keeps going.
Let me read you some of what Boyd said here.
Yeah, please.
Boyd said he was recruited by then COF Academy coaches after that was the name before. Coaches after attending an Adidas All-American camp. They made the program look legitimate with brochures, plans presented to he and his mother, and even said that the school was set to appear on a Netflix show similar to Last Chance U, which follows a junior college football or basketball program each year. Great show. Check it out. Though there's obviously no indication that Bishop Sycamore, which claims to be a high school program, would ever be involved. They told us we're going to be the IMG of the Midwest. They lied to me and my mama, Boyd said. He says there's no campus building. Players stayed in a hotel in the town of Delaware, 30 miles north of Columbus. They soon discovered that the housing wasn't being paid for or even built, as the program's coaches wrote bounce checks for everything. It is unclear if he was referring to Roy Johnson, the coach at the center of the scandal, or another coach. Boyd said that the education portion of the school was non-existent and that he never took a class. One day the team was taken to a library, but that was the closest thing Boyd could point to. He said that he wound up having to redo his entire junior year after the fiasco. We didn't go to school. We never went to school. I can't lie. They tried once. They took us to a community library one day. It was like already October or something. Like the season was about to be over. It was like at this point, well, shit, I'm not going to school. Y'all haven't put me through the school the whole time. Why am I going to start now?
That's fucked up, man.
Most people were already out of high school, so it didn't really affect them. I know me and this other kid ended up at a rival high schools, and they like obviously played again later. Said that shit ruined a lot of shit. It's sad to see. I wouldn't say all the players are JUCO. I know some kids that are seniors in high school and now their senior year is gone. That's how it was for me a couple years ago. It's just sad that they're still doing this. My junior year is taken away from me. Everything I did my junior year didn't matter because I was on a fraudulent team.
That's fucked up, dude.
Boyd claims that after leaving the hotels, the team's 35 players moved into a set of houses for 6 weeks where everyone had to sleep on the floor because they didn't have any food paid for. He claims that the team had to go rob Kroger's, Walmart, anything that we could get into because that's the only way we could eat.
What the fuck? Dude.
It's Fyre Fest, the football program.
It really is. And like...
And I'm naming the episode that.
Yes. Like... it's so crazy. And what's really crazy is like... I wouldn't think of that as a con. You know what I mean? Like, it's really dangerous because you think of cons, you think, you know, some sort of pyramid scheme, normally some sort of, like, pretty straightforward investing kind of thing going on. But to, like, use a sort of child's education as a con is not only, like, really sly, it is incredibly cold and, like, really fucked up to do.
Super fucked up. And that's... To me, it seems like that this head coach, this Roy Johnson guy, is the one at the center of everything because he's the one that seems to have the shady past. He's apparently been caught for domestic violence before. Like I said, he's got all of these fucking lawsuits against him.
Yeah,
apparently,
I mean, for now, it's safe to
warrants.
assume. For now, it's
Right.
safe to assume that he's the one at the center of it. You could find out later that there's like a big fat cat somewhere else.
Right.
But
that was paying for everything. But
right.
To me, it seems like this guy was like, this is how I can scam my way into some money. I'll go play a bunch of fucking high school football games, like throw this fake team together, like do all the backing, make it look legit, and then pocket all the money from like the TV deals and shit like that, and all the money for tuition and shit like that. But the fact it went on for as long as it did, when like every check was bouncing, and like this kid Aaron Boyd says this is going on in like 2018.
Yeah, exactly. Like
under a different name. Like, how didn't shit get done then? You know what I mean? And then how is this guy cool with just going on national TV with like all?
Well, okay, that's another thing I wanted to get to. Like, that is that thing, right? Of like. You hear people talk about it all the time in like true crime, that narcissism thing, where it's like they just think they're smarter than everyone else.
Yeah,
it's the sociopath, / psychopath like mentality. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm smarter than everyone else. Like, I will be able to pull this off.
But yeah, I get that. But like I said, like, everyone looking at that game could have gone, something's wrong here. And then you do a Google search and all this shit comes up.
Right, but see, like, that's the funny... Well, okay, funny is the wrong choice of words. But, like, that's the other part about it, is they all think that, but then you look at it, and it's so poorly conceived and put together. Like, Fyre Fest is another perfect example. Like, that dude... I mean, he kind of had a little bit different situation because nothing needed to happen until a certain deadline. But that dude, like, made no attempt to, like, make it look like a legitimate festival. Like, literally nothing. Like, that's how it always goes.
And that seems like this. Like, he did enough to, like, get the players to go there. And that was it.
Yeah, and it's... Dude, what the fuck?
And then, he lucked out because nobody was doing their fucking job at this Pentagon place or whatever the fuck I said it was. Paragon.
Yeah.
Nobody's probably doing their goddamn job at the Pentagon either.
Yeah, man.
Paragon. Yeah, fucking...
Yeah, see, that was the part
what I mean?
for
like,
me.
He just lucked out into all of these fucking things, and then now it's just like a whole national scale because it got onto ESPN.
Yeah, he just took advantage of people until he got to a point where, he couldn't hide. But like, yeah, the other thing that blew my mind is when I was reading the articles today is it's ESPN. It's not, some shitty local sports station. It's ESP fucking N.
It's not WKSN5.
Right, it's ESP fucking N, dude. How does nobody do the research? Like, what the fuck?
By the way, that stands for Wichita, Kansas Sports Network 5.
Nice. Home of BTK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Woo Shock. It's a callback.
Yeah, that story is just fucking bananas, dude.
Another part of it too.
Yeah.
Like one more thing I forgot to mention, and then like a couple little summary, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, the part I forgot to mention, they couldn't even be qualified as an Ohio, like an Ohio high school,
like accredited.
Ohio High School Athletic Association, whatever the fuck it is. They couldn't be it because they don't have, like, the only thing they do is football. You have to have 2 sports per season, and they don't fit the criteria. So they couldn't even play in Ohio. That's why they were going to Florida and going to all these places. Ohio probably caught on to their shit and was like, yeah, now they're fucking, fuck them. They don't get to play here. But they're just going all over the country, making these kids fucking... And, like, if this Boyd kid's story is real, and there are people going on there, like, that had their senior year fucked over and shit like that, especially if they had actual, like, recruiting aspirations, if they're going to go to
and, like, talent.
Right, like, that's fucked. And the other part of it is if, like, one of these fucking 22-year-olds goes out and hits some freshman on a team and, like, breaks his leg.
Right. I mean, if someone does have talent, you can, try to get on a squad even, through not recruit. Like, I had some friends that did that with hockey, that, like, took a year away because they had some family medical issues, and then
but either way,
went and tried out for a squad. Yeah, it's still fucking shitty. I'm not trivializing. I'm just saying, like, those people still have hope. Right. We could take some solace.
Not all is lost.
Yeah, but like, what's fucked to me is, like, the kind of, and I didn't really contextualize this when I was reading about it originally until we started talking about it just now, is the sort of, like, child abuse angle of it. Of, like, taking these kids and basically taking them from their homes, not giving them really a proper place to live that's paid for.
And like we said, that's not
them,
like we said, that's not the whole team, because a lot of them are out of high school. But, like, there are some kids on the team that are not.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, even
there's minors on the
team, like, I know that you're younger than me, but, like, even still, man, if you're, like, 20, 21, like, you ain't a full grown ass adult. Like, you're still a kid. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean that completely. Like, some people are full grown adults by that age, but some people, like, emotionally are still children, and I don't mean that. I agree with that completely. Like, their emotional intelligence, but I mean their, like, emotional capability of taking care of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, they still need someone to take care of them. I mean, shit, I'm fucking 33 and I sometimes still need someone to take care of me. But, to, like, that abuse angle of it, like, I didn't contextualize that when I was reading about it today, and then we started talking about it. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, it's so fucked up. Like, it's so, like, immoral.
And, like, this Ray Holtzclaw guy that, like, went with his son to go watch his game somewhere, and, like, they shows up, doesn't have a room paid for a plane ticket to go to, like, this fucking game that now he doesn't even know if it's happened. Like,
yeah, like,
that sucks. He's got to pay all this money out of pocket because, like, he just straight got lied to.
That's so, Jesus Christ, that's crazy. That is nutty. Well, we're going to have to keep covering that story as it keeps developing.
Oh, for sure. I'm, like, locked in on it.
Honestly,
like I said, I messaged a bunch of people that I could find around the situation to see if they could come on the show to talk about it. Had a couple no's, had a couple no responses. So
yeah, I'm sure at this point in time, nobody wants to talk.
Exactly. I kind of thought the same thing.
It'll probably be later on people really want to talk. But, I mean, honestly, this might be, like, the craziest sports story that's happened since we started podcasting, bro.
It's up there for sure. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, I can't really think of anything like this, like, insane.
It's just completely outlandish. Like, you
right, that's what I mean. Like, it's, most of the stories we've covered are like
I found out about this at, like, maybe 1:00 today. I was on my shift till 4, and it was, like, all I thought about and all I read about the rest of my shift.
Right. You know, like we've covered some stories that were tragic or, big news in the sports world, but this is like a whole nother level. There's like crime involved. Like it's
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm
it's
saying. It's
hot.
gonna be like
It goes
documentary
straight to the
fucking
top, bro.
Central in a few years, bro. This shit will be everywhere, and it broke today.
Yeah.
Stone Sports is here to talk about it today.
Yeah, that's right. Being journalists for once. Okay.
Look at us.
So we got all that stuff out of the way. 40 minutes in, I think it's time to get to the normal sports stuff.
Sounds good to me, man.
Okay, so let's stick with some football.
And yeah, let's start with the
move
NFL
through.
today. Keep it on topic.
Yeah. So what's the NFL news of the week, Dubs?
Can I start with Madden?
Yes, please do. Hold on, before you do that, I want to kind of set a little bit of a stage. So when my internet went out, I called Dubs and literally just yelled at him and his girlfriend for like 10 minutes about how pissed off I was.
Rip 18.
Yeah, and
he was
I guarantee you, Dubs will tell you that we've known each other for probably 3 or 4 years now, and I've never been that angry in the entire time we've known each other. Like I've never done that. Just like yelled for like 20 minutes.
No, I don't think so.
Like I've snapped here and there and been like, "God damn it, why are you late, bro?" But I've never done that. Like I was fucking floored, man. So then I'm talking to Dubs, and then Dubs brings up Madden. So go ahead. Dubs proceeded to yell at me for about 5 minutes about Madden.
All right. So Madden 22 came out on
I can't believe this shit. Sorry, go ahead.
Came out on August 22nd, I believe. Maybe the 21st. Either way, I pre-ordered it, bought it a few days before. I had Madden 20. Hadn't bought a Madden in a couple years. I was not going to.
Yeah, why did you?
I had a couple friends tell me Madden 21 was a lot better than 20. And they said they're going to revamp a lot of things that were wrong with 21 and 24, 22. So I had not high hopes, but I expected the game to work.
I think that's fair. I think all of this. Well, I didn't play the new NBA, but like the newer NHL is way better than it's been in a long time. UFC games are getting way better. Like a lot of the sports games are just getting better. So that's fair.
Madden suck.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, go ahead.
So yes, I wasn't going to pre-order Madden. I wasn't even gonna fucking get it.
Yeah,
I was just gonna live with 20 and have it suck.
But you took a risk.
Occasionally,
you took a risk.
I got a little excited. I had a little buzz going, and I saw the pre-order thing on my fucking PlayStation, and I was like, "Oh right, Madden 22's
That's
coming."
how they get you. Commercialism.
Let me Google some stuff. I went through. I saw a lot of the fixes being talked about that I wanted for franchise mode. So that's all I fucking play. All I play is franchise mode. I don't give a fuck about anything.
You play online sometimes against Meech and shit, don't you?
Well, when we were playing, we did like a game or two here and there, but like when we were playing Madden pretty consistently, like I was probably a year ago now, we were doing an online franchise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's all I fucking play. I assume that's what's getting fixed. It's going to work better, so I pre-order the game. I get Madden. I can't really play it for the first couple days because it's my anniversary with Selena. Hanging out, doing relationship stuff.
Happy anniversary. Fun. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We were having a good time. Fucking went out for food and shit. Went out to that arcade we talked about.
I thought you were just going to leave it. I thought you were just going to, we were having a good time. Fucking.
Just putting it out there.
I was like, oh boy. Anyway,
I wasn't like trying to play video games for a couple days, you know? So I'm not like paying attention to shit.
Absolutely.
I finally sit down to play it. I'm like, all right, I got some time for Madden. I'll fucking try it out. I make my team, my franchise. So like I just did that for the night. It was like maybe 2 hours. I didn't play a game. Next day, get up, play a game. I lose. I was hot. I'm sorry. I lost. No, I won. I fucking won.
Yeah,
the first
sure.
game I won.
Sure. We'll give it to you.
I played a bunch, so I'm trying to like put them in order here. The first game I won.
Okay.
I come out of the game. I think my mom might have called me or something. I went downstairs. I come back up, and I realized that the score, like, it just says that I had a loss, and like I had skipped the week already, so I was on the next week, and I was like, wait, that's weird. I won that game. And I was like, maybe I exited before the game was over, and it like cut my progress, and then I advanced.
Or like sim the rest of the game or something.
Right. And I noticed that the score was to 0. And I was like, well, I definitely scored, so that must have been what happened. I was like, I must have just fucking quit early and fucked it up. Whatever. Shit happens.
But then
played my next game. Won like 41-10. Big win. Go to the fucking post-game screen. I lost 10-0. I went, what the fuck? I went, that's not supposed to happen. I looked at the stats. Everybody has 0 stats. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? I start Googling. I get on a Reddit thread. Come to find out, there's a goddamn glitch with franchise mode where if you make an offline franchise and don't have an extended, offline franchise in general, you play a game of franchise mode, doesn't matter. Score just gets set to 0. Enjoy your game. Enjoy franchise mode, you piece of shit. Have fun playing offline by yourself.
He's still salty about it. He's still
mad about it.
I would be too.
So I spent like 4 hours making that team or whatever, 4 hours. I fucking delete that team because I can't use it. Go make a new franchise online because I hear that you can play online, and it doesn't do that. Only if you have an external hard drive, which I have.
But it's still not working?
It's working. Now I have to deal with the other glitch that's in franchise mode, where you just get disconnected from the EA servers randomly. You get booted out of your game back to the main menu, have to relog back in, and then go back into your game. Saves your progress. You get to finish the game. I just get kicked out like 3 or 4 times per game.
And I'm going to say the same thing here that I said to you on the phone. I don't understand. Okay, Madden is not Red Dead Redemption 2. It is not GTA 5. It's not even
no,
fucking...
it's not, Burty.
It's not even
let
fucking
me get
Super
to the
Mario Odyssey. Like,
let me get to the real kicker. It's not. You're re-releasing the same game. You want to know how I know? Because I accidentally turned my audio settings on when I opened the fucking menu. And you know what it said, Burty?
What?
And I quote, now opening general settings for Madden 2019.
Ooh. I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
how are you re-releasing an old game that's still broken? It's still broken.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, but see, to me, okay, people flip shit when it's like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Cyberpunk or whatever it is.
I was going to say to you, it's like Cyberpunk.
Right, but the difference, bro, is like Cyberpunk is this massive game. It's this massive open world with all, like, that's the thing I feel like a lot of the people don't understand. The general population don't understand. Is when you have this massive open world and you have to code this whole thing, there are so many variables that can contribute to any little bug literally anywhere in your game when it's that big of a world and you have all these different factors in your code that have to, you know, mesh and coexist. Whereas with Madden, really the only coding that has to go on is your menus and then the actual in-game. And that environment is very small. The only thing
you're doing to the gameplay every year is like adjusting it. Giving it new technology, shit like that, because you already have the basis for it, and you release it every fucking
Right, so
year.
all you're really doing is restructuring your original code.
The real issue is sports games need to release every 2 years, not every year.
Yeah.
So I only buy them every 2 years anyway, and they still don't have fucking updates. Like, it's just a roster update.
For sure. Well, see, that's the thing, though, about, like, that's what I'm saying, like, NHL and UFC, like, in the recent versions, like I just played the most recent UFC with my brother.
UFC's released 4 games in the last 10 years.
Right.
They've all been good.
Yeah, well they keep, and NHL like keeps like updating what you can do with your shot. Like there's all sorts of crazy skill shots you can make now. So like that to me is like cool. Like, all right, cool, that's worth it. I can do a Michigan now in the game. Like that's totally worth it to me. But like Madden, like even 10 years ago, I was like, dude, like what have you changed here? You know, like it's like, dude, honestly, even nowadays, not much has changed since the days of like quarterback club on fucking N64. You know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous.
It's a graphic update and a roster update.
Right, and what I
The
don't
last
understand...
big thing they put in the game was Superstar X Factors. They were broken.
Right.
Still broken. The last big thing before that was like aggressive catch and run after catch and like possession catch. Like you could do different shit instead of just what the computer allowed you to do.
Right. But it's just like...
But like either way, that's fucking two things since Madden 16.
And it's not... But dude, that's like not even my point. My point is like, they're so... Like, it's not this massive undertaking. How can you release a fucking Madden game and have it be full of bugs? How the
full of bugs?
That is literally you just didn't give a fuck. That's what that is. You literally just did not fucking care.
Some
That's
more
all
small
it is.
bugs I've seen, Burty. Tua Tagovailoa, right-handed, is a lefty, throwing right-handed in animations. In game, he's a lefty, but all the animations he throws right-handed. That's a fun one.
What the fuck?
You can't trade when you do it like in franchise. You go through the trade menus. You don't have an option for right tackles. You can only it's like 2 options for your left tackles. You
Oh
can't
yeah,
trade
you
your
told
right
me about
tackles.
that. You told me about that.
Super fun. I want to get rid of 2 of those motherfuckers. I just have to cut them.
That's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid.
The best.
Like, Jesus Christ.
And we're like 2 weeks now removed from the fucking release.
And no patch?
Week and a half. One patch didn't fix any of the franchise shit.
Well.
People keep saying it's up next. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll
all
see.
right. So
I hope we don't have to wait for the first fucking roster update for that, because that usually doesn't come to my birthday, and I'm not waiting another goddamn week.
All right. We've done about 20 minutes of anger on Madden. Let's get to the actual sports news.
The sad part's I'm still gonna go play it when this is done.
I feel you. I feel you. I played all of Cyberpunk, except I didn't really have any issues. So, I mean, the one issue I had is my dick disappeared for like 10 minutes in the game. And then it came right back. So, yeah.
Mine disappeared when the first glitch happened with Madden too.
All right. So the real football news of the week. What's going on?
Final cuts were today. That's a big one. Huge roster moves going on today. A bunch of fucking cuts, finalizations, some moves. I want to mainly talk about the QB battles.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I want to start with... One's not a battle anymore.
No, it's not. I want to start with that one.
I'm so
Cam
glad.
Newton.
Yes, let's go.
Fuck out.
Right?
We're done.
Yeah.
All fucking set. Wrap that shit up with a bow. Don't need him anymore. Send him off to free agency. Send him off to Canada. I don't give a fuck where he goes. I'm done with Cam Newton.
Yeah.
That being said, the boys are buzzing. The Mac Attack, the Mac 10, the third coming of Jesus Christ, Mac Jones, McCorkle, is going to be starting for my New England Patriots this season.
Yes, I am behind it 100%. I'm still not confident that it's going to be like fucking gold, but I'm
thinking 10 wins.
I still think it's the right move.
I'm thinking 10 wins and a wild card berth.
Yeah, I just don't think you need Cam Newton. Like,
we don't.
I mean, I don't really know, but is he like, would he be like a good sort of like mentor? Because he doesn't seem like that kind of quarterback to me.
He does not seem like that kind.
You know what I mean? Like if he
he preaches team, but to me it seems like it's all Cam. My dad said this too.
That's
just look
what
at
I'm
his
saying.
Celebration. He pulls out the Superman. It's fucking all about Cam.
Yeah, I think that's how. And I could be wrong, but that's like the vibe that I get. And if he's not going to be vibe I get. If he's not going to be a good mentor for him, then you don't need him around. And if he's going to be pulling shit like he's been pulling, then you don't fucking need him around, bro. Like it's genuinely just that simple.
What I genuinely think happened was that Bill went to him, said Mac Jones is going to start, but we'd love to have you as the backup still in case it doesn't like things go south. And he went, nah, coach, I think I can start somewhere. You might as well cut me. And they're like, all right, cool, we'll cut you.
I mean, the truth is, he's probably not wrong. He probably could start somewhere. But
Maybe
I mean,
he had a better. He looked, to give him credit, he did look better in this preseason than he did last season.
well, my thing is like I'm not even necessarily talking about skill level. I'm talking about like his namesake. And here's the thing, like I think in sports, namesake still counts for something. Like there's some dumbass GM out there who's going to take a chance on you just because of who you are. You know, in pretty much every sport. I can't think of one where that's not going to happen.
In the NFL, that doesn't just get you a starting spot, though.
No, it doesn't. I agree with you, but like he'll at least get I think he's not wrong in the sense that he might be able to find another job somewhere. You know,
Agreed.
so I don't necessarily disagree with him there, but I fully support the decision to cut him, even if that wasn't the case. Even if Cam wanted to stay, I still think you cut him loose because
Agreed.
I just don't think it serves your team anything. You know?
Nope. I'm done with him. I've been done with him since last season. I'm all in on the Mac attack.
Yeah, I actually am too. I'm not really a Pats fan, but you know, if I was, that's where I would be too. I'd be in your camp.
The best part about Mac Jones is we didn't have to give anything up to get him.
Yeah, absolutely.
This fell right in
it
our
fell
fucking
right
laps.
to you. Yeah, like that's so fucking beautiful, man. Like,
Also, I am becoming less sure this is true, but from multiple verified Twitter accounts last week, I saw that in the last play of our 11-on-11 against the Giants, Mac Jones stiff-armed over James Bradbury and yelled, "Hold my nuts," after a 20-yard run.
Okay. All right.
Dante Hightower also said he's been reading the defensive playbook after practice every day and has been like, I know the offensive line of the Patriots and the defensive line of the Giants got in a fight at their combined practice, and Jones ran with both of them.
Nice. Okay.
That's my QB1. But yeah, I give that move an A+. That was my
for
grade
sure. Yeah, for
that
sure.
QB battle. Next on the list, we're going to go to my total extreme. We talked about this last week. If you want to hear my reasoning from that, go to the end of last episode where we were talking about the situation. But Andy Dalton over Justin Fields, F-.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in agreement there. We were in agreement last week. We're in agreement this
Justin
week.
Fields should be starting.
Yes.
Bottom line.
Yep.
Bottom fucking line.
Absolutely.
Next up's the Saints. Jameis Winston over Taysom Hill. I gave a B-.
Yeah.
Winston and Hill was a foregone conclusion to me. I always thought Winston was going to start. I said that, I believe, on draft night.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, even when there were, like, rumblings about it a long time ago, you were saying that.
Yeah, I think Winston is far better at QB than Taysom Hill, and this is the other part to it. Taysom Hill plays a ton of roles in New Orleans offense, while Jameis Winston plays one quarterback.
Right.
Hill can do a ton of different things, and you can still get usage out of him and Winston, and you still have Taysom Hill behind Winston, forcing him to make every throw count.
Right.
You have the guy behind him keeping the pressure on him.
Yeah, keeping the pressure on him, and if anything goes wrong, you still have your backup plan. I you know, that's fucking
and like
solid
I said,
point, dude.
The big, like, they use him as tight end, receiver, running back.
Yeah,
QB, like,
exactly. You can use him like a utility guy, basically.
right.
Yeah.
Even if Winston's the starting QB, Taysom Hill still
Whereas
has
you
the
can't
role.
use Winston like in that way.
Correct.
So you're absolutely right. It's the smart play. It's the big brain play.
Now the only thing they're questioning is the contract they gave Taysom Hill, because they paid him like a low end starting quarterback.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oof.
Next up, this one isn't completely set yet, but it is.
Right.
Garoppolo over Lance, the 49ers. I'm actually grading this one probably higher than you expect, B+.
That is higher than I expected. I was expecting like a C-.
So Jimmy Garoppolo, I think, is done in San Francisco.
Right.
Trey Lance is going to be the guy. However, through preseason, he's shown flashes, and that's all he's shown. Like that first game he played, everyone was swooning over that one pass he had. It was like 60 yards.
You mean Trey Lance?
Yes.
Just to clarify.
Not Garoppolo. Yes,
For
Trey
the
Lance.
listeners. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He was moving to his right out of the pocket, like 50 yards over a defender into the basket of like a running receiver for a touchdown. I was like, if that's the ceiling, that's a pretty fucking solid ceiling. But he went like 5 for 11 that game.
And we've talked about it before. Like, you know, sometimes you have to remember that like the coaching staff sees things that you don't necessarily see, and may have a reason for doing it, and they may be just trying to cushion them and build confidence. You know,
Agreed.
So
Trey Lance going into the draft was viewed as more of a project and a day one ready quarterback. And if Garoppolo isn't going to be the guy, his trade value right now is as low as it's ever been.
Doesn't he have like an injury too of some kind, like a minor
He did
one?
last year.
Yeah, okay. He had like it was like his finger or something, right?
Yeah,
I remember reading something about that at some point.
Yeah. He's currently full health.
Okay.
But yes, he has had injury issues the last couple seasons after that contract that the 49ers gave him. I think if you can get Garoppolo out there and playing well while you have Trey Lance sitting, it can raise his trade value up a little bit. And if a team with a QB goes down, you could flip him mid-season or in the off-season or something and still get a little bit of value out of him. And playing him is going to make that value go up, while Trey Lance, I still feel, like I said, is not ready yet, even though he will be the guy there.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's a simple thing of he's just not ready yet, and it would be a bad move to put him in not ready. So, yeah.
2 more here. Start with Jacksonville.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence is named the starter over Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew was also then dealt to Philadelphia. Last week, Urban Meyer said Trevor Lawrence hasn't completely edged out Gardner Minshew. He's a competitor, blah, 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 blah. Like we talked about in several other episodes, that's media manipulation. He was raising the value up on him to get rid of him. Clearly, he just dumped him to Philly. Which, personally, before we get to the QB battle here, I really like Minshew in Philly. Right. Jalen Hurts hasn't proved that he's the franchise guy yet. He's in a position to, but he hasn't yet. Having a guy like we just talked about before with Winston and Hill, having that guy behind Hurts is going to push him a little bit. And Minshew's a guy that, like, he started and he's played well. And you could chalk up some of his shortcomings this far to what's been around him.
Right.
If you get him in on a team, Philly's obviously not ready to compete. Meach will tell you that himself. But I don't know. I just like him better in Philly than Jacksonville. And especially, like, Lawrence was going to be the guy.
Yeah,
in Jacksonville.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if Urban Meyer went with anybody else, it would have been, you would have had people questioning his leadership there far too early.
Bro, we'd still be talking about it years from now.
Exactly.
You know? It would be that much of like a bombshell.
Trevor Lawrence came out, the Jags got him, they had him for fucking Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be that much of a bombshell, dude. Like,
yeah, and then Urban Meyer got fired a year later. You're like, that's
no.
He didn't want
that. Was a shoo-in, man.
It wasn't gonna happen. And Philly too, like the last decade or so, they've always had 2 quarterbacks pushing each other. They had Vic and Kevin Cobb.
Right.
Then they had fucking Foles and Wentz.
Right.
Like, now they've got Hurts and Minshew.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Philly fans are also going to remember, like, they're very quick on, you're not performing.
Yeah.
Let's get the other guy in there. So I think it's a good situation for Minshew, too.
Yeah,
I think it was the win-win. I gave that one an A+ as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's something that teams employ a lot. You got to have, like, if your job is just safe, then, you know, some people will get lazy.
Right.
You know? So some players you have to motivate that way.
God, it sounds like a goddamn garbage truck backing up over here.
I can't hear it.
Fucking.
God damn it. You need to take your meds, bro.
Somebody knocking again? Last battle here.
Yeah.
Denver. Teddy Bridgewater edged out Drew Lock. I give this one a C+.
I agree with it, but I'm a big Bridgewater guy.
I like Bridgewater and I don't like Locke, but I feel like Denver is far too talented right now to not have a franchise QB.
Fair point. Fair. It's a fair cop.
But then, and to play devil's advocate to myself, there's also teams that go out and draft the quarterback before they have anything else, a la the Jets with Sam Darnold.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know. I like Bridgewater. So I mean, I'm not going to necessarily say you're way too low on that grade, but I'm just saying, like, I like Bridgewater, so I don't necessarily dislike the move.
I agree. Bridgewater's good, and I would definitely take him over Locke.
Right.
I don't think he got a super fair shake in Carolina last year.
At all.
I think Denver is better. But on that same note, he really didn't impress in Carolina.
Right, but as we talked about, like, I don't think he got a fair shake either.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. This is the true test. That's
if this doesn't work out,
yeah,
it's done for Teddy Bridgewater.
I agree. If it doesn't work out, I'm out. I'm out on Bridgewater.
Fair play.
Yeah. All right, so any other football stuff? You want to move to baseball?
We can get some baseball.
Okay. So what is this Mets shit, quote unquote, that you want to talk about? Are you talking about the thumbs down thing?
Yeah, I'm talking the thumbs down thing. You got Javi Baez out here giving your fans the Batista.
Yeah. I don't know. I was kind of perplexed by the whole thing. I was just like, okay. And then did you see his fucking, like, explanation, bro?
Yeah, I was going to say, did you see his quote? Because it wasn't good.
It was so fucking stupid. Like, I was like, dude, just admit that you were being a dick. You know what I mean? Like, just admit that you were being a fucking dick. Like, just admit that you were being fucking, like, Franco-esque. Like, just admit
I have the quote.
Yeah, please read it. I have it somewhere on my phone, too, but it's going to take a second to get to it if you've got it.
It feels bad when I strike out and I get booed. It doesn't really get to me, but I want to let them know that when we have success, we're going to do the same thing. To let fans know how it feels. They got to be better. I play for the fans and I love the fans, but if they're going to do that, they're going to put more pressure on the team.
I mean, the thing is, I don't necessarily disagree in a way. In a way. Like,
okay, so let me give you my take on it
please.
As a completely unbiased.
Yeah, please.
Mets fans should not be completely booing their team when they're 63 and 67 or whatever the fuck they are.
Right.
A little much.
Yeah.
They are underperforming. You guys made moves to be better than you are.
Yep.
I get it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the players should not be giving a fuck what the fans are saying.
Agree with you.
You're a professional athlete. You're in, like, sports mecca.
And if you're biased, you're getting paid a shitload of money.
Yeah.
You know, you're not some, like, utility ass, like, no-name guy. You're getting paid a fuckload of cash.
And if you're saying, and like his whole explanation, you're saying you don't care. You clearly do. You're giving them the thumbs down.
Right, exactly.
It's clearly bothering you.
My thing is, like, I do think sports fans...
Maybe if it wasn't bothering you, you wouldn't be slumping. Right.
And I do think sports fans in general, but particularly New York sports fans, I think Philly does it too. They'll hate real early. Like,
we do it to an extent. I'll
take
it.
Yeah, you do, yeah. But it's like, you know,
not nearly as bad as Philly or New York, but we do it.
Right. Another parable to this situation was last season with Mika Zibanejad on the Rangers, right? Like, you know, he had COVID right before the season started, and I think he scored like maybe 10 goals in the entire first half of the season, and everybody's saying, trade him, he's a bum, trade him, whatever. And I'm like, dude, this guy started the season with fucking COVID. You know, like, just relax. And
give him a minute.
Yeah, and then you give him a minute, and he scored like 30 goals in like a month. You know? Like, I just think, like, sometimes fans are quick to be like, he's a bum. It's like, no, dude, like, You have slumps. It does happen. I don't know if we necessarily need to be booing this guy to this level, but at the same time, like, shut up and take it. You know, like, you're getting paid a shitload of money. Like, nobody's out here calling you, like, unless somebody did call you, like, a really horrible name, in which case, go at him. You know, fucking Mike Milbury style. I don't know. Have you ever seen that footage? When Mike Milbury played for the Bruins and they, like, jumped into the stands and, like, beat the shit out of the fans and stuff. Yeah, you know, like, somebody...
O'Reilly's going crazy!
Yeah, if somebody says some shit to you that's like, you know, get fucked. You know, get
O'Reilly's,
fucked.
like, taking off his skate to, like,
yeah.
murder a fan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, like, you know, at the same time, especially in baseball, because those guys get paid just enormous amounts of money. Just keep your mouth shut. Like, just walk off the field and get them next time. You know? So I actually agree with you. I don't think it could be said any better. I just do think that New York sports fans in particular, they could be a little too ruthless.
The fans are being fucking prissy little bitches, but the players shouldn't.
So are the players.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. But at the same time, I do think that, you know, statement is fucking garbage. Like, just be like, yeah, I was being a dick, my bad.
Oh, yeah, that statement is complete horseshit.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid, dude.
Complete horseshit.
Yeah, it is. All right, what other baseball stuff did you want to talk about?
I want to talk about my boy.
Chris Sale?
Yeah. Threw an immaculate inning.
Oh, yeah?
For those that don't know, an immaculate inning is 1, 2, 3 strikeout, 1, 2, 3 strikeout, 1, 2, 3 strikeout.
Yeah.
His third, tying Sandy Koufax as the only 2 pitchers on record to throw 3 immaculate innings in their career. Still got plenty of time left. Red Sox, the last 3 immaculate innings have been thrown by Chris Sale. And I wish every inning could be pitched by Chris Sale, because whenever anybody else is out there, it looks like fucking dog shit.
Really?
It's not good, Burty.
Ugh, I'm so
We're
sorry.
falling apart. It's going to be a miracle if we hold this wild card spot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's baseball. It's such a long season. You can start so fucking hot and be like, we got
They got
this.
chicken in Philly?
Yeah, right? And then you just fucking fall apart. Like, that's baseball, man. That's why, like, to me, baseball and hockey are, like, the 2 coolest championships, because it's truly grueling to get it.
You see how we lost the other night?
No, I didn't.
This explains the Red Sox over the last couple of weeks.
Hit me.
We're up 5-3 in the 9th.
Oh, no.
The 8th, excuse me.
Okay.
They hit a home run in the 8th. 5-4. They hit a home run in the 9th. 5-5.
Oh, no.
They got a man on first and second, I believe. 2 outs.
Mm-hmm. No.
Base hit right down the line.
Okay.
Fair ball. Guys rounding second base. Took a wide turn, runs into Red Sox second baseman.
Oh.
Mercado, the runner for the Indians. Oh, Guardians.
It's okay. It's still, we're still in the adjustment period.
The IFC. IBC.
Wouldn't it be the CBC?
Oh yeah, I guess. It's just still using the word they got rid of. Oh, that's the Gone Show.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he rounds the fucking second base, hits our guy out by a country mile at home plate. A country mile, Burty. Without any alleged interference. Still would have been out by a mile. He goes home after rounding third, knowing he damn well would have been out. And then he gets called out at the plate. Umpire calls interference. Game over. CBC wins.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't even know what to say, bro. I'm so sorry.
That's been baseball lately.
That's baseball, man.
That's baseball.
That's fucking baseball. That's all you can say sometimes. You know?
Yep. Our last baseball topic this week, Shohei Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
First Japanese-born player to have 40 home runs and 20 stolen bases in a season. And, oh, yeah, he's making starts in between.
Let's go.
The unicorn.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Got it. You love to see it. Dude, I want to go to a Japanese baseball game so fucking bad.
So bad?
Like, I've heard they are so hype.
Just another cookie. Oh, I'm so bad.
Like, I heard they're so ridiculously hype, and I really want to go to one. Like, really, really, really badly.
Don't they have, like, halftime ceremony? Like, spectacles?
Yeah, like
between innings and shit?
I've heard all sorts, like, they do all sorts of crazy, like, they're hype about it there. Like, you know, it's still dying here. You know, it's dying here, but I've been told by friends who've lived there for periods of time, and, like, you know, I deal with, for my work, like, people in the military who are, like, stationed over there all the time, and they tell me, like, they still fucking love baseball there. They're fucking hype about it, and their fucking jerseys are dope.
The Japanese the KBO?
Yeah, like the Osaka Tigers and like
dude.
I think Hiroshima is
The
like
Bears.
the Carp or something. Like, they're just fucking gnarly. Like, the logos are so fucking cool. Like, I want to buy an Osaka Tigers jersey, but, like, you know, I feel like that's weird because I don't really.
I like the
know anything about
Chinichi
them.
Dragons.
Dude, there's just so many. Like, this website kept, like, sending me emails to, like, buy them, and I would look at them, I'd be like, dude, even if this wasn't a real team, I would still buy this shit because it's so fucking fly.
Hiroshima's logo's badass.
Yeah, dude, all of them are so fucking lit. Tokyo, I think,
Hiroshima
is the Giants.
Toyo Carp.
Yeah, and I think Tokyo is the Giants.
Yeah, Tokyo is the Giants.
And look at the Osaka Tigers one.
Yeah, their logo's dope.
It's so
I'm
fucking
looking at the league right now,
ridiculous.
bro.
Like,
NPB.
it's so fucking ridiculous. Like, that logo is amazing, dude. I want to go to a Japanese baseball game so fucking bad. Huh. Okay.
The SoftBank Hawks.
You're still just looking at it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking lit, man. It's really cool. All right, so we want to talk about basketball, and then there's really nothing for hockey.
I thought this team's name was the Ham Fighters, but it's part of the city.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were just fighting pigs.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what is it? Ham Fighters?
we
Like
fight them
bullfighting?
in the streets.
It's like bullfighting, but with fucking giant hogs.
Yeah. Boars.
I guess you have to have a giant hog to bullfight.
Whoa. Or do you really, though? Because they, like, wound the fuck out of that bull.
Yeah, but you wear the tight pants, you show off the bull.
That's-
So
yeah.
I guess we could figure it out then.
Yeah. Right. Fucking figure it out.
Somebody let me know.
Oh, man, dude. They got Japanese baseball cards? Holy shit. These look amazing. Fucking
I'm
A.
Googling Japanese baseball cards. Oh my god.
Don't they look dope?
I like the $25 colored Chinese Mark McGuire card.
Yeah.
The rip-off Mark McGuire card that's clearly colored with a fucking colored pencil.
Bro, please tell me that this is a fucking mascot for a Japanese baseball team. I'm sending it to you right now in text. Please hold. I know this is bad podcasting. Just bear with us.
Sometimes we get distracted. It's okay.
Yeah, look, like, you're here. We're an hour and 17 minutes into this thing. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, if you're still here, you're not leaving.
Yeah. Please look at the picture I just sent you. If that is a mascot, holy fucking
What in the
shit.
fuck is that?
How amazing is that?
It's either a mascot or a super fan, and either way, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm fucking on board. Dude looks like Randy Savage. Oh man, that's so dope. We got to go to Japan and go to all the baseball games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go to Japan and only go to baseball games.
Dude, I will literally be like an American journalist covering Japanese baseball for a job. Like, that would be just fucking incredible.
I bet there's a market.
There's gotta be. Like, there are American journalists for, like, the KHL in Russia. If that exists, there's gotta be something for Japanese baseball. We'll get on it. And then we'll do the podcast from Japan. So it'll be, like, a day early every week. All right. Let's do some basketball. Let's do some basketball. There's really not much for basketball and hockey, so we can kind of do those real quick and then get the fuck out of here. Unless you had a break you wanted to do.
I can throw in a break. You want to do a little break?
Yeah, let's throw in a little break. Not much of a break, and then we'll do NBA basketball real quick. We'll get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, I got a broken record.
Uh-oh. Gee, god damn. This dude has got to be getting some sort of grant from a university. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's got some sort of federal government loan that he's been given.
Who, David K? Of Blackpool, England?
Oh. We got a new hoss on the block.
A British man bounced more than 10 miles on an inflatable ball to set a Guinness World Record and raise money for charity.
From Blackpool?
Yep.
Wow, good for him.
It looks like Randy from South Park bouncing on his balls. Smoking pot in front of a cop.
So now, Blackpool is known for their Festival of Lights and the guy who bounced 10 miles on a ball.
Yes. On a little red inflatable ball.
They must be so proud of him.
Like, you know the one I'm talking about, where you
Yes.
sit and hold the handle and you bounce?
Of course, yeah.
10 miles, buddy.
Of course. That's, oh my
He-
God.
My favorite part of the ensemble he had was the guy in front of him, his sweeper. And dude, that guy could have been in the Olympics for curling with how hard he was sweeping for this guy. He swept a path for 10 miles while this guy bounced on his ball so that he
Good
didn't get
God.
like a tack or like a rock that popped
Right.
the ball or anything.
Right.
But this guy that's the real hero.
Yeah, you're fucking right. That's the Hollywood of that
that's
situation.
That's the Jonathan Hollywood Hannon to this guy's David Rush.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Is his name David as well?
David K.
What's up with David's?
Well, this David here is an Idaho man who moved 133 thumbtacks between boards in 1 minute.
Jesus Christ. All right, look, I'm calling it out. David K's record is a little more impressive than most of the David Rush records.
Far more impressive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Burty. We just need to fucking suck it up and beat one of his records, and that's how we get him on the show.
Oh my God, have you actually said that out loud before?
I think.
I don't think you have, dude, because it's such a brilliant idea I would remember.
I've said it out loud in my car for sure.
I don't think you said it to me, and we need to do that.
We just need to go through the ones we've talked about on the show and figure out which one we can beat, because every time somebody beats one, he resets his own record.
That's what we do. We just
At the very least,
we just keep upping the ante on that record until he gets so pissed off, and we're like, "Well, you can come on the show and we'll stop."
Come on the show and do a one-on-one competition. Yeah,
just come on. If you
Come
just
on the
come on the
show
show,
and
let
we'll
us
stop.
interview you. We'll stop.
we'll stop. That's all we want.
That's all we want. We just want to hang out with you, dude.
We just want your process.
We just want to party with you.
Party at the goat house.
Oh my God. Okay.
But yeah, he moved 133 tacks in 1 minute. The previous record was 83, set by Andre Ortolf of Germany, another serial record breaker. So Andre Ortolf, David Rush, and David K. They all got to get in a room, and we just need Zoom meeting with us.
Yes, absolutely.
I just wanted them to all talk about the processes.
Questions. Yeah, I just have questions. Like, how do you just select this record? How long do you train for this record? Do you work?
How many attempts does it take? Yeah.
Right.
What do you do for work?
What do you do for fun? You know, like
Break records.
Yeah, like, is this a hobby or is this a lifestyle? Is there like some sort of culture around
Do
this
you feel
lifestyle that I
pressured to
don't
do
know
it?
about? Like, you know, like, are there forums where you guys meet and like talk about stuff and like, you know, share your findings? Like, what the fuck? I need to know. I need to know.
I need to know.
Okay.
Good mid-show break.
Yeah, let's get back to
I
some
swerved you
sports.
there a
You
couple
did.
times.
You did a little bit. Nice job. Nice job. All right, so basketball. There's not much in basketball or hockey, so we'll just kind of pass right through these.
Yeah. Ben Simmons,
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia guard, if you want to call him a guard, wants out of Philly. Reportedly wants to be traded to one of 3 California teams, which I, in my own mind, have narrowed down to the Warriors, Clippers, or the Lakers because nobody wants to go to Sacramento. Meech himself, the only person I know from Sacramento, desperately tried to get out.
Well, there's one other person.
And that being?
The Golden State Killer.
Well, then we got to add Richard Ramirez and Dickie Chase.
I'm saying the only people I know from Sacramento are serial killers and Meech. And Meech isn't even from Sacramento. And I don't think most of those serial killers are from Sacramento either. So I don't really know anyone.
I know Dickie Chase and Richard Ramirez are.
I thought Richard Ramirez grew up in Texas.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he grew up in Texas. And then
know
moved
Richard
to
Chase
California. Did. So, yeah, and I don't know where what's his name? Joseph
Dickie Chase. JJ D'Angelo.
Yes. Joseph D'Angelo. That's his fucking name. Thank you. I don't know where he was born. I can't remember, but I don't think it was in Sacramento. We've gotten off topic. What's going on with Ben Simmons?
He wants out of Philly. He requested a trade today and said he would not be attending training camp.
I saw someone posted a meme that was like his NBA 2K22 rating, and it was like 3 or something like that. And I just like geeked the fuck out. He wants out of Philly. Okay.
Yeah, he wants out.
What did he say? What's his reasoning? Has he said anything?
He fucking basically hates it there. It's been fractured for a long time.
Yeah, I was just hoping he might have said something hilarious.
There's a report 3 or 4 months ago that, like, Stephen A. Smith actually had said he had a text message from somebody really close to the situation, like 3 or 4 months ago, that said things were going to blow up, and that, like, Philly was done with Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons was done with Philly, and then it's like beyond repairing. And here we are, like a couple months before the season, and he's asked for a trade.
That's exhausting.
Fans seem done with him too, though. Like
yeah.
When all these questions came up before, it was like Embiid or Simmons. Who would you take? It's like Embiid.
Yeah,
Embiid is clearly the answer.
Yeah.
He's been the answer since they've had both. Like the entire time they've had both of them, he's been better.
I'm pretty sure we have you on record saying that months ago.
Probably.
Like months ago.
Probably. Either way, Ben Simmons wants out of Philly. Another source I saw said that he would be open. The only other place to be open and going to is Minnesota. Because he is friends with Carl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell. Also, Anthony Edwards, the first overall pick of the draft last year, shares the same agent as Ben Simmons. So it'd be 4 people there that he has a connection to.
Right. Yeah.
I think the Sixers should lock him up for another 6 or 7 years. I'd love to play Ben Simmons a bunch of times a year again. Last bit of basketball here. The Bucks owner, Mark Lassery, reveals heated confrontation with Mike Budenholzer, the coach for the Bucks.
What a name, by the way.
Budenholzer?
Budenholzer.
Yeah.
It sounds like something a German would say to describe a sex act.
He hit her with the Budenholzer.
Yeah, get her in the Budenholzer, yeah.
Let me go in the door and pull out my
Budenholzer. It sounds like a euphemism that a German would use for a butthole. Oh yeah, right in the Budenholzer. I'm gonna start saying it all the time, like, oh dude, I was like knee deep in that dude's Budenholzer. Sorry, I got us all.
I go to my local sex shop and ask if they have a Budenholzer. You guys have a
Yeah.
Budenholzer?
You got
What
any-
is
you
that?
got any,
I don't know. I just heard it and I thought it would be here.
Yeah. You got any Budenholzers around?
Trying to figure out what it is.
Go to a restaurant and order a Budenholzer. Can I get a
Can I just get a Budenholzer?
you
on
know
the side
you know
of
that game? You ever seen that David Cross bit where he talks about playing the yeah bitch game?
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, where you go to a restaurant and anytime your waiter comes up, this is what you do. So they'll be like, hey, my name's Todd. Like, what can I get? What kind of drink can I start you with tonight? You go, yeah, bitch, can I get a pink lemonade? And you just try to see how long you
And they
can
just
say
don't.
it before they catch it. Yeah, bitch, can I get a Budenholzer? Yeah, bitch, can I get some nachos and some chicken wings?
My dad likes to go through drive-throughs and do he'll like say something that sounds like you can't make it out, and then when they keep asking like what'd you say? And you're just like, yeah, can I get a can of Rants on the side?
Yeah.
And then you say something real, but like with the Whopper on the number 2. And yeah, that's.
I mean, the catch with the yeah bitch game is that if
and then
you
you
get
never
caught, you
pull
have
up.
to tip.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
crazy.
You get caught, you just back out.
Yeah, I was in
You never
Cookout
go
the other
through the
night and
window.
ordered like $15 worth of food, and then realized I didn't have my wallet, so I had to just dip. I felt really bad about it.
Shit happens.
Yeah, it was high. So, all right, I got us off
ganja.
track again. I'm doing it all night. I'm just doing it all night. So
That tracks.
what happened? Nice. So what happened with the Bucks? There was a dispute.
So their owner, I really just had I kind of think he looks like an asshole for this. I was curious what your thoughts about it were.
Yeah.
This was the owner's quote. He was on a radio station, I think.
Oh boy.
I remember after game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Nets game, I think it was, we lost by 30 or 40. Lassery, the billionaire CEO and co-founder of the equity firm Avenue Capital Group, said during his visit on the Tampering podcast on Monday.
Okay.
And quote, and I go in the locker room after the Bucks lost 125-86. I look at Bud, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, how did this happen? And he goes, Mark, we're just going to break down film. We're going to go back and we're going to figure it all out. Emotions run high after games like that. So it was nice to see that Budenholzer had Budenholzer in parentheses.
Right.
Budenholzer had a positive response when I came in there like that. Why are you coming in there like that?
Yeah.
They know, dude. They're the ones on the court.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You have pressure. Like, it's your team. It's your image. You're the one that's like, you own it. But they fucking know. They don't need the owner of the team coming into the locker room after a loss and going, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah.
Why don't you guys play better?
To me, that's like, that could be like a phone call or like even maybe a meeting you have with the coach the next day, like in the morning.
Just the coach,
right? And just the coach. You don't do that in front of the players. You just
in
fucking
the locker room after the game.
I mean, let's talk about it on base level, dude. Let's talk about it on base level. One, you are now potentially undermining the coach in front of the
team.
So like they're gonna have a hard time following him as a leader, which, regardless of what anyone thinks, is actually still important. Like I
Super
know,
important.
Especially in the NBA, I know the players have all this agency and stuff, but like.
Honestly,
Honestly,
too has a great reputation with players and everything.
Right, but it's like,
agreed. Your point stands. Continue.
Yeah, like players, like it is something you just see. Like players do fall in line. There's something weird about athletes. It's probably because they've been conditioned to do it their entire lives. They do like fall into a leadership structure, even when they're like the biggest names. They still like will fall into that kind of paradigm.
How often in football do you hear, "Oh, that coach has lost the locker room"?
Right.
And
I mean,
that
in
coach
any
gets
sport,
fired
in
the
any
next
sport,
year.
dude, in
Right.
any sport. Yeah. Like, and your job as a GM is to, not necessarily support the coach, but you don't want to like openly trash the coach.
You don't go walk into the locker room and trash him after a playoff.
Yeah.
loss.
Like one of
you said, that's something you do. If you want to do that,
Yeah.
fine. It's your right to do that. But
Absolutely.
you do that behind closed doors, not in front of the fucking players.
And it doesn't even have to be in the like. in person. Like, you could do it over the phone. If you want, you can have a meeting with them the next morning. If anything, it definitely doesn't need to happen that night. You know what I mean? Like, just sleep on it for like I don't know. I remember seeing a
the
GM
other
for
part that
somebody
makes
being like, you know, it was like some playoff game and the coach was doing something crazy, like benching some player. And the GM, it was like an interview in a documentary. And the GM was like, I mean, at this point, I can't go down there and tell him how to coach. You know what I mean? He's like, I can't do that. And that's like, yeah, that's a solid GM.
You know what that led to as well? It led to reports from media that were outside the locker room that Budenholzer was on thin ice if the Bucks didn't win didn't go deep in the playoffs. And then you have that narrative going around. Like, that happened. I'm not saying that's a thing that can happen.
Yeah, but
like
it's just like the narrative is now out there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just so many reasons not to do that. And the fact that you're like, nope, not many people knew this happened. I only heard about this because he went on this fucking podcast and talked about it. Like, you just seem like an asshole.
It didn't need. I agree with you. Yeah, you're a fucking dick for doing that.
It shouldn't have happened in the first place. And the fact you're like almost bragging about it.
Yeah, it's not a good look, dude. And also, you know what, man? Like, I think we talked about this last week. Could have been a couple weeks ago. Like, a GM's job also some of the times is to kind of like coach the team through force, in the sense that you'd be like, no. Like, this is how we're gonna do it tonight. You know, like, you have that right. Like, and I'm totally fine with you doing that, but you do that behind fucking closed doors.
Right.
Like, that's all, you know, like,
one more thing.
Christ.
I obviously didn't listen to that whole interview on the podcast. I'm just grabbing this quote from it. But so it could have been misconstrued. Maybe he's talking about like, oh, but despite that, we still got through it and won a championship.
Right. There could be a tail end to that quote.
Either way, it didn't need to happen in the first place. And that's the main reason I grabbed it here. But the second part still stands too. Like, why are you going around on podcasts talking about it?
Yeah, you really shouldn't. And, you know, I mean, to me, like, the thing that stands even more is, like, even if you are giving them the benefit of the doubt after the fact, in that moment, you did something stupid as fuck.
Right.
You know, you went into the locker room and said some shit, you know, like, you shouldn't have. Like, that's not the time or place, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but that's all I got for basketball this week.
Okay, well, the only real news in hockey is the Couturier deal.
Sean Couturier.
And I don't even have the deal in front of me because I'm terrible at my job. But I do remember reading it and being like, that's a fucking steal.
Sean Couturier, 8 years, $62 million extension with the Philadelphia Flyers.
So that's what, $7 million a year, right?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
A little more, 7.5. Yeah,
that's, I mean, most people would probably say that's $2 to $3 million under what he deserves. So that's less than
it's under 8 annually.
Right, exactly. And I think
which is
it's less
solid
than
for
Giroux's fucking cap hit.
It is.
You know, yeah, exactly. So it's like that's probably the one good move they've made all fucking in the past year. You know? Holy shit, I'm kind of shocked. But it sounds like to me Couturier just really wants to be in Philly. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know why, but
maybe he's a Philly guy. I mean, you know the type.
I'm just gonna put this out there, and I'm not saying Sean Couturier does this, but you can get nitrous very legally in Philly. So you can have a lot of fun in Philly, just huffing nitrous, eating cheesesteaks.
Yeah, you can grab cops' asses and get arrested, like Claude Giroux did.
Oh yeah! Holy shit! I totally forgot about that.
You forgot all about that?
Yeah,
he got drunk and like sexually assaulted a male police officer.
Yeah, when was that?
Like, probably like 7 or 8 years ago now.
Yeah, that was like 2014 or 13, right?
Yeah, around there. Probably 14.
I completely forgot about it. I shouldn't laugh about it because he literally did sexually harass someone. But, just like, I just completely forgot that happened.
He got thrown in the drunk tank, I think.
Yeah, well, you know, Philly is Philly.
Get crabby sometimes in Philly.
Like I said, nitrous and cheesesteaks, man. Hell of a time. Okay.
Nitrous cheesesteak and Birds football.
Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Go Birds! Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's probably some other hockey news that I'm forgetting about, but I just don't care. We've done an hour
Go
and
Eags.
38 minutes. Eags.
Go Eags.
I totally forgot about Eags. Why did he call them the Eags?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
He called it the Eags and the Patriots. Mel Gibson's the Patriot.
I mean, Eags. It's like he's trying to say egg, but he has a speech impediment. Eags.
The
Or
Eags
he's like
eked out in victory.
He lives. He's like a New Zealander saying Eags. Oh yeah, you need a dozen eggs.
Oh, that's good too.
Jesus Christ. Love
Hour
you, Beach.
39.
Love you, Beach. All right, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. Thanks for following us. Thanks for following us. Thanks for listening.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I'll do it at the top of the show next week. Nobody made it this far.
All right. Well, yeah, follow us on all the socials. It's Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And now Colorcast. It's all Stone Sports Podcast. I think the Colorcast is something different, right?
No, the Twitter's different.
What's the Twitter?
It's @stoned_podcast.
Okay, there we
If
go.
you still you can still search Stone Sports Podcast. Will
It'll
come
pop
up. The
up,
at,
yeah.
the at is just different.
Word. All right, well, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. Say goodbye.
Word. Peace.
Lightus.